Hello and welcome to a nice balmy Montana day. Mid-November, and yeah, we got snow on the ground, but it's about 40 degrees. So today is the day I'm going to be trying out the new High Flow Silicone mat that I made. In my last video, I just took it up, put it in the stream, ran unclassified material through it, and I was dang happy with the way that worked out. So now I'm going to come home, hook it to a pump, do a little more in-depth test on it, see what we end up with. I'll show you what we got going. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. It looks like expanded metal, carpet, and riffles. But what I did is I've 3D printed up some molds. So expanded metal, and instead of carpet in the bottom, I put high-low V. The riffles come up. The riffles have a high-low V all the way to the top of the riffle. And then down below, we have a nice big one to catch, or a dead spot there to catch all the gold and stuff. I got my high-low V nugget trap up at the very top because that's what fits the Silicone King sluice in the very head of it. What else can I tell you? I made up this little high banker here, just a 5-gallon bucket. I 3D printed me some grizzly bars with a 1/2-inch space in between them. I took this off my trommel that feeds, or was it my trommel? Yeah, this is what feeds my hopper and my trommel. So I think this will work good for this little test. Got some material that is already screened down to 1/2 inch. I don't have any big rocks. I got a couple buckets of them over there, but they're froze solid. 3,500 gallon an hour pump, 12-volt pump. That really puts out some juice. I was playing around with this, just trying to get it set up. Ran the material to try and make sure I get all the gold out of it. And this is what I recovered in the gold out of 1 bucket of dirt. I mean, that's pretty dang good, but look how small some of that stuff is. Super, super small, fine gold. So, in order to test this out, to see how it works, now, of course, let me set this up a little bit so I can explain. For me to say that you can catch every speck of gold with a mat every single time is absolutely ludicrous. I mean, there's so many variations and variables to this. I mean, in gold, size of gold, shape of gold, whether it's flat material, whether it's heavy black sand, I mean, that's just crazy. So can I prove that it's effective? I think I can. So what I'm going to do, there should be basically no weighable gold in those 2 buckets by now. I'm going to dump this superfine gold back into it. Then I've got a bag over here of pay dirt from Gold Bay. Now this is -20 gold, all -20. There's 3 grams of it in there. I've never been shorted from them before. So we're going to go ahead and dump that in these 2 buckets along with that super, super fine gold that I took out of the bucket. This bucket of dirt did come from the sapphire mine that I go to a lot in the summer. It's got heavy black sand in it and lots of it. So we'll go ahead and dump that in, and we'll get this thing fired up and we'll run it. I will weigh the gold when we get all done to see what we recovered. Whether it's 3 grams or over, I'll be very, very happy. This stuff's about 1/2 inch, screened 1/2 inch. Put 1/2 in this bucket, 1/2 in this bucket. There, that's in there. Then we'll get some water and we'll get this dumped in there. There, that's dumped in there. So let me get this thing fired up. Okay, we're running. Got my nozzle up there at the top. That puts out quite a stream of water. Pump down here in the mat. Maybe if I'm further away you can tell what it's running like. So let's get some dirt in here. Maybe it'll work better if I just hold on to this thing for a minute. Put it in. That's just churning up the back. And it should go right down into I'm kind of liking this. And then we'll get down here and we'll see. Kind of hard to see with the water flow, but it's not wiping the cells clean. But it is keeping it super active. Right, let me feed some material through there. And it's cleaning up real good. I've got the sluice set at about 9 degrees. I had to readjust that just a hair. There we go. Working good. I was really surprised when I took it up to the plane last week. It just ran unclassified material. I don't know that I would suggest that, but dang, that works good and quick, and it saved me a ton of time from classifying. So after I get done running this, we'll weigh this up, see what she looks like. The first results looking really good. It's so hard to tell with the dirty material in here and the flow. Pretty hard to see. Alright, back in a bit. I'm on my second bucket of dirt. Things are going well. Okay, I've been just letting this water clear up a bit. See what I see. I've been sitting here studying it. There's a whole bunch of gold up there that never even made it into the riffles at all, as usual. And this little high-low V nugget trap is chock full of gold all over the place. And I see a bunch past the first, after the nugget trap, right down in there. That's loaded with gold. The first riffle, there's a chunky piece there. There's a chunky piece there. And I've been sitting here studying this, and I see absolutely no gold past the first riffle. Now, I'm not saying it's not in there. It's probably buried down in below. But I see no gold down this way. But what I want you to see is these little nugget traps here, or not nugget traps, but these little, they didn't clean out completely, little corrugated things there. They held on to material. The riffle with the high-low V going up held on to black sand and material. Didn't load up, but definitely held on to some of the material. That's good. So none of the little pockets cleaned out. That's very, very good, but didn't load up either. So super happy with that. What else? Anyway, let me get this cleaned out. We'll pan it up. I'll show you the amount of concentrates we get out of this 3-foot section. And we'll go from there. Well, that is the amount of concentrates. Out of that 3, probably a couple cups. That's not too bad at all. Let me get this panned down. Now, before I get too far along, I said this was heavy in black sand or magnetite, so we're going to take that out using the magic bit. Move all that out of there. Here's a word for you, or an update. So the magic bits that are available at coulteryoung.com again. If you haven't had one, this is the Max, but he makes several different types. But if you use the coupon code Alan, get 5% off your order for any magic bit products at coulteryoung.com. So there's my little plug there. You get 5% off your order, and I get a little bit to help support my channel. So don't forget to use that. Move that all up there. Get that magnetite out of there. A little hard to see with the dirty water, but okay. Got a bunch of that magnetite out of there. I'll finish panning this down. Okay, so before I clean this all up and bunch it all together and weigh it, yeah, there's some chunky stuff in there, but I think you can see all this micro gold all down in here, over in here, and it's all mixed in. So not only did we catch the big stuff, of course, but we caught a lot of that micro gold too. You can see it there. So let me get this all sucked up and dried out, and we'll weigh it and see what the results are. Back in a bit. Okay, got the gold all dried out. On here, we'll tear it out and see what the weight is. .039. Cool, I'm happy with that. Let me grab a couple molds. I would call that a success. I ran them, of course, with unclassified material, did pretty good in the stream. Ran it out here in the test, ran it twice now that way. Yeah, I see no reason why it's not a very viable product. The High Flow, I mean, I think it would handle more than the 3,500 gallon an hour pump. Will it handle a dredge? I don't know. I don't have a dredge. I would think maybe a 2-inch, 3-inch dredge. It would probably handle that water flow. Not positive, so maybe somebody will try it out and let us know. 4-inch dredge, I don't know. I don't know about all that. So a high banker, trommel, something where you want to move a lot of material, I see no reason why not. The molds, they come to, like all the rest of the molds, they're 12 inches wide by 7 inches long. They come in a set of 2. Also, you get the frame to go around them. I'm printing these. They're 1.25 inches by 1 inch. I use the 1.25 inch side to build the frame around the molds. I would probably glue them. I didn't. I literally just used screws, screwed right into the frame, or right into the mold itself. I didn't figure it was going to come out. Of course, I've got my AR mats on these molds. So if you want these, I'll put a link in my eBay, or in the description for my eBay listings. You can check them out there. They are not going to be super cheap, I can just tell you that right now. To print these two in the sides and these two molds is about 60 hours of print time to make this. So you can understand why they're not going to be super cheap. If you don't want to make the mats and you want to order some from me, you can do that. Just email me. I'll put my email in the description below too. You can special order them. I'm not going to make them up ahead of time. So that is that. I think that's it. Can't think of anything else right now. So please don't forget to subscribe, like, share. Got a bunch of new stuff coming out pretty quick. Some new products. Yeah, so it'll be a lot of fun. Anyway, links are in the description below. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you next time. Bye now.